Today we're going to feature the back half of my solo on a single called I See You by Unite the Divide. And this is kind of a retro prog rock tune that I did as a collab with a guy named Magic Jones. But we enjoyed working together so much on this tune that we decided to make it a regular ongoing project and release a new song hopefully every couple of months or so. And I just kind of wanted to tell you about that before I dove into the lesson and share all the links, and I'll put them in the description below as well. Now, all that said, let's talk about how much arpeggios suck. But first, unless you've been hiding under a rock for the past 20 or 30 years, you have undoubtedly seen on YouTube and Instagram and wherever else guys are posting some incredible shredders ripping off arpeggio licks that just make your mind spin. And while there's definitely a place for that, and it's cool especially for guitar players, I think it kind of ignores what the most useful application of arpeggiated parts is. And what I'm talking about is using them more as a compositional tool, a way to take what might have been a chord rhythm part and make it more interesting, accentuating the individual notes of the chord and playing it in place of the rhythm, not as a blazing lead itself. So in the context of a song and not a solo part, you can kind of outline a chord progression with arpeggios, and I do that in an Answer Infinity song as well as the one we're going to talk about here. But just very quickly, I want to show you I can take a chord progression, say in the key of B minor, just a simple B minor, A major, G major, F sharp, and I can outline it if I want to say accentuate a 9 chord. So something like that doesn't have to be played blazing fast. And in fact, it usually sounds better if you don't play a part like that blazing fast. Now, for the example that we're going to pull up the tabs for and the I See You Unite the Divide song that we're talking about, I didn't do it behind vocals as a rhythm part. I did it as the end of a solo. So it's kind of a hybrid between doing it as a solo piece and doing it strictly as a rhythm piece. But to be sure, it's played at kind of a reasonable speed, and it is just outlining chords, not doing anything crazy with adding taps, and as I said, playing anything blazingly fast. So looking at that part, this song's in the key of E minor, and the chord progression is E minor, D major, C major, and then the second time through, E minor, D major, A minor. And I outline this with a pretty simple arpeggio. And I'm really just sticking with the notes in the chord other than a couple. That first one where I hammer to the 3rd, so it's the 7th fret to the 8th fret on the A string. And then I just play down the E minor chord. Next string, it's the 9th fret, 9th fret, 8th fret. And then it's a couple pull-offs to the 7th, 9th, to the 7th. And then that same exact logical construction is followed through the rest of the chords. Then the D major, so it's the 1st to the major 3rd. Just play the chord now. 7th, 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 pull off on both of the strings. And then the same thing on the C major chord. 1st, major 3rd, 5th, 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 pull off. In this case, it pulls off just a half step to stay in key. And then I play a quick run up. And then I repeat it. And this time it goes to the A chord. So it's 5, 8, minor 3rd, 7th fret, 7th fret, 5. And I don't finish the whole pull-off sequence there because it goes to that next little classical pattern, which is a whole different lesson. So you see, you don't have to do these kinds of things at lightning speeds to be useful. In fact, blazing fast arpeggios impress other guitar players, and arpeggios as outlined chord parts, almost kind of like a classical structure, impress the rest of the world. So if you want to hear that whole song and check out Unite the Divide, I'm going to let this video roll right into that official music video for I See You, and hopefully you guys be into it. You can like and subscribe over there as well. And if you have any questions or comments about this lesson, need me to clarify something, please leave it in the comment section below. I get back to everyone as soon as I can. And until next time, keep making great music. Hey friends, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It makes the whole world better.